Okay, so formally we're talking about killer video marketing, creating hopefully, in your mind, it's killer video results through marketing, whether you want to do affiliate marketing, you want to do local client consulting, maybe you want to do lead gen and sell those, you want to bring in leads for your own business, whatever the case is. I've personally found that video marketing is smoking hot. James is one of the best. And so I intentionally wanted James on this webinar to give something a bit more technical of nature because number one, he's very skilled, he's very qualified in doing that. He's a great coach, and the guy knows how to just bring it home in terms of results. So what I want you guys to do in terms of perspective is to write down any questions in the chat. I'll man the chat while James is presenting, okay, because I don't want to break his flow. And then we'll break at the end for some questions. My goal is to keep this under an hour. So with that said, would the James Bond of internet marketing please come to the microphone?
Fantastic. So, guys, I'm really, really excited to be here this evening. And Brian, I know you say you would like to man the chat, and I appreciate that you would do that. But would you make me an organizer, please? Just, I like to see who I'm talking to, and
oh, for sure.
having done lots of different webinars now, I've become quite skilled myself at manning the chat and not breaking flow whilst talking as well. So, guys, I'm so crazy excited to be here with you all this evening, and thank you very much all for turning up. I just want to ask a quick question, and I can't see the questions myself, Brian, so I'll just ask you. Or I want to ask everybody here, how many of you are familiar with video marketing? How many of you are doing it currently with your local business? How many of you have looked at it and thought you wish you knew how to do it? Just write in there exactly where you're at with it at the moment. It doesn't have to be a long drawn out thing, just like, yes, I'm doing it, no, I'm not doing it, or yeah, I'd really like to start doing it, but I don't know how. And I'd just like to get some feedback on that, Brian. What's the general consensus on that?
Okay, so let's see what we got. Stefan says trying, but not successful. Don is saying not doing it yet, but Phil's saying would really like to, but he's not doing it. David's saying not familiar, want to know what to do. So I think we've got some folks who are, on the newer side of the scale in terms of the spectrum.
Okay. Well, here's the deal. First of all, you've all turned up to the webinar, which is a good first starting point. But I'm a man with a pretty big ego. And when I talk about stuff and I train on stuff, I love nothing more than getting great feedback. So what I'll ask each and every single one of you is take massive action on what I teach you today. Hopefully you're going to see quite a few aha moments, and hopefully you're going to see just how easy video marketing can be, and then you'll make it part of your everyday strategy. You've all signed up to Brian's Client Getting course, and for me, videos is probably one of the greatest foot in the door strategies for finding local clients. So let me just quickly check to see. I think I'm still looking at your screen actually, Brian. Can you give me controls? I'll do this on your screen actually.
Actually, I made you the presenter and I'm watching your screen.
Say again, sorry? Are you watching my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen now. I made you a presenter, so...
Oh, okay. I thought that was your screen. Okay, great. Can everybody see me typing, and can you all see my screen?
James is on the GoToWebinar screen there, and he's got a Facebook.
Yep, that's right. Yep, fantastic. So I'm just going to head over to Google really quickly, and I just want to show you one thing really quickly. Most of you guys, you're all doing local client consulting, or you just say yes in there if you are. You're actively looking for plumbers, electricians, doctors, lawyers, restaurants, that kind of thing for getting clients for your local businesses.
Oh, a bunch of yeses, pretty much all yes.
Okay, fantastic. I just want to show you something really, really quickly, which I think is incredible. We can use something in Google called Google Search Operators. And I don't want to spend too long on Google Search Operators, so I'm just going to ask the question really quickly, just with a quick one, if it's a yes. How many of you are familiar with what Google Search Operators are?
Let's see the responses here. I'm looking, and I have one yes. I think so. So most are not.
Okay. I'll explain it really quickly for you guys then. A search operator is basically where you can manipulate the search results with Google. So for example, if I was to type into Google something like restaurants in, I'm just going to pick a place. I'm going to say Syracuse. Restaurant Syracuse. If I was to just do a quick search in Google like this, Google would tell me there's 36 million websites currently indexed in Google that are targeting either the term Syracuse or the term restaurants. 36 million is a huge number. So the most basic of all search operators would be simply to put this in quotes, and now it's not going to show me ones that are targeting either word, it's going to show me ones that are targeting both of those words in that order. And you can see the numbers drop down quite significantly. 22,400 competing websites going after the term Restaurant Syracuse. Okay, everybody following so far? This is really basic, simple stuff, so hopefully you are. Just say yes if that's making sense what I'm talking about so far regarding search operators.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay.
Okay, brilliant. Now, there's a couple of other search operators that you can use, and one of those is in URL. So if I was to say in URL and put Restaurant Syracuse, it would only show me the results of people that are using it in the URL. But what I want to do is to take it one step further. If I was to type in URL youtube.com/watch, every single YouTube video that gets uploaded starts off with youtube.com/watch. So by me now putting a space here and putting in Restaurant Syracuse, I'm forcing Google to show me YouTube videos that are targeting the exact keyword Restaurant Syracuse. Is that making sense, everybody? Again, just yes or one or whatever number you like, just to let me know if you're following along.
All across the board, ones and yeses.
Okay, fantastic. I'm glad. So I'm going to do this search, and we can see here that, do you remember the number before? There was 22,000 competing videos. 22,000 competing websites going after the keyword Restaurant Syracuse. Look how many competing videos there are. In the whole of YouTube, only 9 people have uploaded and indexed the video in Google. That is such a small amount. Let me start by telling you, there's 20 listings on the first page of YouTube for a video. If there's only 9 people, if those 9 people were better at SEO than you, knew how to rank better than you, worst case possible is you'll find yourself in the number 10 position. That's worst case possible because there's only going to be 10 people, including you, targeting that keyword. Is this making sense, everybody?
Yep, I got ones. Yep, yeses and ones. We're good.
Okay, fantastic. So what I'm going to do now is, just so this is purely not preempted in any way whatsoever, everybody that's watching at the moment, I'm just going to ask you, put a niche into the search box, a niche that you might be targeting or want to target. Just write the niche, and the first person that responds, Brian, tell me what niche they picked.
Okay, let's take a look here, see what we got. Guys, again, just type your niche. There it is, dentist. David is on it.
Dentist. And now I'd like everybody to be able to just put a town or a city.
See what we got. Be a town. Well, no, we could just run with Syracuse since. Say
again?
James, you need a U.S.-based town, or this is relevant? So I mean.
Any. It doesn't matter.
Canberra. So Canberra. Canberra. I think it's Australian.
Canberra.
Yep.
Okay, we've got 5 videos uploaded. I don't know where that is, but I'm pretty certain if I was to go to Google AdWords keyword tool right now, and I was to do a quick search and check to see how many competing video, what the monthly search volume was, I guess it's going to be more than 0. Okay, so I'm competing against 5 people. This tells me just by uploading the video, I should take at least the number 6 position. Is this making sense, everybody? Are you all watching this and thinking, wow, like, what happens if I find keywords where there's no competing videos? I'm going to automatically take the number 1 spot in YouTube. Is this making sense, everybody? Just.
Yeah, dude. Wow, it's woo. I even got a woohoo. I got ones. Yeah.
Let me just show you a couple of examples of something like this. Okay, I'm going to pick some niches like, let's say, fencing, and then again, just give me another town that's written there.
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Let's take a quick look at that. There's 175 of those, so I'll leave that one. let's just change this now to say, let's cheap hotels. All I need to do is just take this. There's 251 of those, so I'd probably leave that one. Things to
Clarify,
do.
when you say you leave that, meaning it's probably not worth your time and effort to do that because there's so many other niches that you could.
Okay, yeah. Here's the deal. I could use it if I wanted to, and I could target it. But what I'm looking for at the moment is a simple foot in the door strategy, or I'm looking to get the quickest results possible for my client. And if I'm competing against nobody, or I'm competing against 5 people, there's going to be a much higher chance of my video ranking more quickly than if I'm competing against 4,000 other people that have got the same ideas.
Exactly.
Okay, so what I'm going to do real quick actually is just bear with me a couple of seconds. I'm just going to quickly try and get into the AdWords keyword. So just bear with me. I just need to log off for this. And I'm just going to quickly log into here. I just want to see, because it's all well and good finding a keyword like dentist camera, but if nobody's searching for it, there's no point trying to rank for it, because ultimately you want it to make you some money. So let me just quickly check a couple of seconds. And just while I'm doing this as well, Brian, if you just want to shout out 1 or 2 other niches that people said besides dentist, maybe some other stuff, just so I can run those real quick.
Okay, cool. So we got wedding planner. That was another niche. Again, guys, you can pop a niche in there if you like.
Wedding planner.
Yep, wedding planner.
New York. Let's just see what these bring up in terms of search volume. Okay, dentist Canberra, 590 people searching for it, and there was only 5 competing YouTube videos. So think about this, guys, now and girls. Now that I know that, I could create a really quick video, upload it, ping it, do what I need to do, and I'm going to show you how to do all of these things in a few moments. Worst case scenario, it's going to be in the 6th position of YouTube. That's worst case scenario. Best case scenario is the 5 people above me don't know what they're doing, and I take the #1 spot. Imagine then being able to ring a dentist and saying, hey, I just uploaded a video for the keyword dentist camera. It's ranked on the #1 in YouTube. You can look at it right now. I uploaded it 5 minutes ago. I'm an expert at video marketing. I've just uploaded it. I'm ringing all of the dentists in your local area, and what I want to do is get this ranked in Google and charge for it. This is how much I charge. Are you interested in finding out more? They can go there straight away and look at it. They'll see you know how to create videos. They'll see you uploaded it 5 minutes ago. Wow. And more importantly than any of that, they're going to look at this and just be like, the sort of things that people have said to me in the past is, I've been paying my SEO company for the last 2 years and they've never put a single thing in YouTube or Google, or I paid somebody to do me a video once and it didn't look anywhere near as good as yours. Or there's so many different things that can come out of it positively, that as a foot in the door strategy, it's one that's just incredibly powerful to use. And the great thing, the reason why I love it so much is YouTube's free. You don't have to pay anything to upload videos to YouTube. If you're smart as well with the types of software that you use to create your videos, that's free. Okay, the better quality videos, you have to pay for the software, but you can use things like Windows Movie Maker to create some kind of slideshow presentation that doesn't cost you anything. You can upload it, you can test the market, and potentially land yourself a customer having spent nothing apart from your time. Just let me know, everybody, if you think this is quite exciting and whether you're ready to, would like to find out more about this.
Let's take a look here. Let's see. No, this stinks. This is terrible. Forget it. No, I'm just teasing. Yes, we've got a resounding yes. Tell us more. Yes, exciting. Really great strategy. So,
okay, and where is Canberra?
I don't know. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. David, that's town in Australia. He says yes, it's an Australian town. What is the closest major city that Canberra is near? David, it's the capital of Australia.
It's the capital. It's the capital of Australia, isn't it?
He says,
It's one of those little known facts or something outside of Australia that it is actually the capital city.
good, I'll keep
Uh,
it in mind for my next strategy board game.
yeah, that's it. Well, look, here's another one here. Emergency dentist Canberra, 140 searches a month. Let me just do that one and see how many competing videos there are for that term.
Nice. He says it's about 180 miles away, so it's about 3 hour drive.
This is exactly what I'm looking for, guys. So I'm really glad we just found this live on the call. 140 searches a month, and number of competing videos is your search did not match any documents. That means there's not a single YouTube video that is targeting that keyword. Not one.
Correct.
So if you create your video and you optimize it properly, everybody write in big letters or big numbers, what position are you going to take in Google videos and in YouTube just by uploading a YouTube video if there's none other targeting that keyword? What position do you think you'll land in?
Of course, the answer is 1. David says,
Exactly. So this is brilliant. 140 searches a month. There's a couple of things in regards to video marketing. I'm blessed with the fact that I've uploaded hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos. I make a significant amount of money from ClickBank. It's not enough to set the world alight, okay, but it's definitely enough for somebody that's thinking, I want to take my marketing to the next stage. Using this simple strategy, I created one video a day, every day for 100 days, okay? And those videos still today pay me between them. This wasn't going after local clients, this was doing affiliate stuff. But those that I created using this simple strategy that I'm teaching you, in 2013, I made $50,000 in ClickBank just by finding zero competition keywords, sticking an affiliate link in there, and linking back to a ClickBank product. Because I was taking the #1 spot in YouTube. A byproduct of being #1 in YouTube is you're going to be #1 in Google videos, and your starting point straight away for where you'll land in the Google organic results will be much higher. And here's a couple of examples that I want to show you before I show you how, just so that you're 100% believe my claims, because I like to back everything up that I say. I'm going to type into Google right now Avon webmail. And this is really, really interesting. Can you see these two videos? They look identical.
Yep.
The video at the top is somebody that I coached personally on this strategy, a girl named Adele Van Dyke. And again, I like to say I like to back things up, so I'll actually make her famous. You can see there she is right there, okay? I coached her on this strategy, and she said, hey, I'm going to go after your keyword. I said, do it. Actually do it, because it's one thing me saying I can do it. It's a different thing somebody else following what I tell them to and then being able to do it. And Avon webmail, it's a bit of a funny one, but let me just show you this real quick. If I just take the keyword and I just go to the AdWords keyword tool and do a quick search for that. And this is using nothing more than this little strategy I'm going to show you today. Avon webmail as a keyword. Can you see how many monthly searches that gets?
wow, 6,500.
6,500 searches. So if anybody's thinking, okay, I'm not sure what this will work for, maybe it'll work for this or it might not work for that, etc., this strategy just works. Okay, so I've got a keyword now, emergency dentist Canberra, and what I'm going to do really quickly is well, first of all, I'm going to ask you this question. How many of you are familiar with Jing or Snagit or ScreenFlow or Camtasia?
Okay, just give a 1 if you're familiar with that, 2 if you're not. Any of those two? Yeah, everyone's saying 1s. Yes. Yep.
So let me just to clarify, every single one of you, have you got a way that you could record your screen?
Vivian is saying no. Let's see. Everyone else says yes, yes, yes. Okay, all yeses. Okay, guys, clarify those tools like screencast.com or Jing or Snagit, Camtasia, and ScreenFlow. Those are simply tools that you can get either a monthly subscription or a one-off fee that will record your screen and then instantly upload it to a private link or to YouTube or Vimeo. So you can do whatever you want with it, but all less than $100 one time to my knowledge.
Fantastic. And I really like what you just did there, Brian. You just told them to go to the actual website, screencast.com, okay? This is not, we're not telling you to, well, I definitely never tell anybody to buy stuff. Hey, use this video production software or do this or do that because I'm looking to make affiliate commissions. Okay, I always send my list straight through to the offer. And the reason for that is because I want you to 100% believe that whenever I recommend a product or service, I do so because it works and because it's suitable for purpose, not because it's the guy that's paying me the most commission. So I'm glad you did that too. That's absolutely fantastic to see that send them right there. So now that I know this stuff, that most of you are familiar with Camtasia, I'm going to show you a super quick way to record a video that nobody can say to me, hey, I didn't create a video because you know, my editing skills are rubbish, or I couldn't find somebody to create it for me, or whatever excuse. There's no excuse. If you know how to use screen capture software, there's no excuse for you not to put up a video. So here's what I do. I'm going to head to Google right now, and I'm going to do a quick search. If you go to images.google.com, in here, I'm just going to type in dentist. And I'm going to look for a nice picture. But I can't use any one of these pictures because a lot of these are copyrighted. And I don't want to rank a video, go to all that trouble, find a buyer, and then somebody tells me to pull it down. So hopefully you can all see this little cog over in Google on the right-hand side. If I click on that, I can click Advanced Search. And I can scroll down to the bottom of the Advanced Search, and I can click Usage Rights and set that as free to use, share, or modify, even commercially. And click Advanced Search. All of these are probably going to be Wikipedia articles, okay? And the great thing about this is they're labeled for you to use them. You're allowed to use them. Nobody's going to come back and say, hey, why are you using this? And if they ever did, you can always point to the fact that it's labeled for reuse with modification. Okay, so remember that tip as well. If you're ever building websites for clients, and instead of buying stock images, you can use stuff that's freely available that Google says. So hopefully there's some value in me just sharing that little bit of information with you. But let me just pick one of these. I don't know. For the sake of this, I'm going to use this one right here. And what I'm going to do is open up my screen capture software, go to Camtasia Recorder, and in here you can set a custom area to record. So I'm going to select an area to record, and I'm going to just simply draw a box around this. And remember, what it's going to do is it's going to record my screen and my voice at the same time. So to create a video, it doesn't have to be anything special. If you want to, you can write yourself a little script that's about 20 or 30 seconds long, or you can just ad-lib it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to ad-lib it right now. So I'm just going to say something like, and just bear with me, I record the call. Record the screen. I would say something typically like, hey, if you're looking for a dentist in the Canberra area, I highly recommend that you call the telephone number above, or click the link in the description below. We have state-of-the-art facilities, we're very reasonably priced, and we're accepting new patients today. So once again, give us a call on the number above, or click the link in the description below, and we highly look forward to providing you with your dental care needs soon. Thank you very much for watching. So let me just ask you this question really quickly now. Just give me a number 3 in the box if you think that's probably the easiest way you've ever seen to create a video.
I'm saying number 3. 3's across the board.
Okay. And you see, like, you might listen back to it and think to yourself, hey, I don't like the sound of my own voice, or, oh, I sound really stupid, I want to get an outsourcer. Remember, there's only one person that is ever going to think you sound weird when you talk, and that is yourself. I hate listening to myself on recordings. I hate listening to myself on webinars. I can't stand hearing myself in videos. And there's a couple of interesting facts. Whitney Houston didn't like listening to the sound of her own voice. One of the greatest singers of all time. It's a common thing for people to think that they sound ridiculous when they hear their own voice back. So if that's the only thing that's going to stop you creating videos, just remember that you're the only person that's going to think you sound silly. How many videos have you watched in the past where you thought, if only I sounded like that person, they sound amazing. I wish I had that voice. If I did, I'd be knocking these out of the park. I guarantee if you spoke to them, they would hate the sound of their own voice too. So there's absolutely no excuse for you creating videos 30 seconds long. I did stutter once or twice in there. If I wanted to, I could take the time to edit it. But for the sake of this, I'm just going to leave it as it is. And I'm just going to type in here, dentist, sorry, it was an emergency dentist Canberra. I think that was right, and click save on that. So I'll just wait for this and then I'll just process it. We're about halfway through the webinar. Everybody, just what are your thoughts? Have you got any questions at this point? Is there anything that I can help you with? Anything that you'd like me to explain again? Any clarity needed, or are we plain sailing at this point?
I guess you drop your comments in the chat box or question box there, and if this is making sense, cool. If you have any specific questions, drop them in now. It seems like everyone is like they get it, which is good.
Okay, so just to recap real quick. Step one, go to the AdWords keyword tool, look for some keywords you want to target. Step two, go and do that search in URL, youtube.com/watch, followed by your keyword in quotes. See how many competing videos there are. Step three, once you've found one that's zero competition or very low competition, head to images.google.com and get your free image. Step four, draw a box around it and speak. Okay? Everybody following along up to that point?
Yep, we just have one question from Stephanie saying, are you mainly focused on just getting a #1 ranking on YouTube with these videos, or Google, or both?
#1 ranking to find a client. It's a foot in the door strategy. Okay? So you go to the client and you say, I uploaded this video 20 minutes ago, 1 day ago, a week ago, however long ago it was. The video's live. You can check the video out. It's now a tangible goods in the sense of they can see it, they can feel it, they can understand what's happening. Remember, when trying to sell SEO, it's all promises. In a lot of cases, there's nothing to actually show them until the work's been completed. What you're kind of doing with this strategy is, with very little time, effort, and energy on your part, you're at least showing them what the finished product is, and then saying, I can rank this in Google too. However, to rank it in Google, let's talk business. Is this making sense?
Got it. Okay.
You've done half the work. You've created the video. It's ranked. You can say to them, hey, that's where your telephone number is going to go. That's where your description is going to go. It can be your video. You don't like the video particularly well, or you want your logos in it, absolutely fine. I'll do that for you instead. However, now we need to talk business. This is what it's going to cost you. Okay? So, Emergency Dentist Canberra is the production name for the video. It's really important when you create a video to make sure that you upload your video with the file name for what you want to rank for. If you've uploaded videos in the past and they've not got very many views and they're not ranked and you don't have the keyword in the file name, just take it down and re-upload it. But after you've changed, what you might realize when we put the phone down is, wow, I've got 30 videos uploaded and they're going after ridiculous competition and none of them are ranked. And they're not doing anything. You could take them all down, find 30 zero competition keywords, change the file names, re-upload them how I'm going to show you to do now, and you might be like, oh wow, I've got a couple of first page Google rankings, a few of them are tittering around on page 6 or 7, but they're all ranked at the top of YouTube, they're ranked in Google videos. So definitely, step one, we want it to rank #1 in YouTube and we want it to rank #1 in Google videos, because if it ranks #1 in both of those, it tells us the video is as optimized as it can be. Once we've done that, you might want to do some social sharing, you might want to build some backlinks, there's other things that you might want to do that video to also rank it in Google. But let me tell you, Avon Webmail, I did nothing more than create it, upload it and ping it, and it went straight to the first page. And that probably happens about 10% of the time. But 10% of your videos will go straight to the first page of Google without you having to do any work whatsoever. Nice. Okay, other than uploading it. Because think of it like this, and remember, I said 10%. So if it doesn't happen to you on the first couple of videos, don't get upset. Just remember it's a numbers game. My philosophy was, I could spend weeks or months trying to rank one video, or I could spend 30 seconds creating a new video, so times that by 10 videos, upload all of them, and I knew that at least one of them was going to rank on page 1. On that basis, it's almost like a churn and burn. You know, throw enough mud at the wall and some of it will stick, but you're giving yourself the best possible starting point because it's zero competition. Is that making sense, everybody?
Nice, absolutely.
You following along as well, Brian, yeah?
Yeah, indeed. Bob is asking a question. Not sure what pinging means. Well,
okay, I'll definitely explain all of that.
Okay.
Sometimes I jump a little bit far ahead of myself, but I promise I'll explain that as we get to it, which will be the step after next.
Yeah, sure.
So I've got my video created now. So I'm going to head over to YouTube, and I'm going to upload this video. And what I'll do for you guys as well is I'll put a little text document together for you, listing out all of the steps and what I'm going to teach you in regards to on-page SEO. And I'll get Brian to email it over to you at some stage or upload it to your members area, so that you'll have a little cheat sheet. So I'm going to upload this video.
Give me a 1 if you guys want the cheat sheet, or 2 if you really don't think it's necessary. Okay, we're getting some 1s. Yes. Okay, cool. And another follow-up question. What? Let's see. Stefan is saying, so Google just throttles random videos. He's asking.
So can you elaborate on that one? Because I'm not sure Google just throttles random videos. If I think what you're trying to ask is, are some videos given a higher? Well, I don't know actually. You just elaborate, because I could be going around in circles here trying to answer it based on that.
Just drop in there in the chat. What are you actually what you're specifically looking? I've got some really funny questions here, but okay, so yeah, just have an elaborate on that, and we'll just keep cruising forward.
Okay, great stuff. So here's the title. Basically, the file name was Emergency Dentist Canberra. I've just uploaded it as Emergency Dentist Canberra, and if I had a telephone number I could put in there, you can buy call tracking telephone numbers from a company called Twilio for $1 a month. Twilio.com. The way that works is you just sign up, you pay $1 per month, and you rent a telephone number. Then when you stick that telephone number in your video, and you can set it to email you every time somebody calls, and the client just hears, the person ringing the number will just hear leave a message. If they do leave a message, you get emailed. So it's great, but once you've got a client, you can log back in and you can say stop putting the voicemail on, send it through to this telephone number, and that's twilio.com. twilio.com. So I'm just going to make a number up here. Might be a bit difficult because, in fact, just bear with me 1 second. Dentist Canberra. I'm just going to. I need a telephone number, and I haven't got a clue what they look like in. I haven't got a clue what they look like in Australia. Just so that you can see kind of what it would look like if it was up there. So let me just change a couple of those numbers so it doesn't look like. Okay, so there we go. That's my title followed by the telephone number. Then I'm going to put the title first. If you've got a link from the client because they're paying you a monthly fee for the video, stick their website link in.
Hey James, let me send this to you. How do I get this to? David's got a phone number.
Oh, has he actually got a phone number?
Yeah. Put in the country code. David, what's the country code? Is it? I've got 042. Is that is 42 the country code? I thought it was 61. So we're just looking to get. Oh, it is. Okay, so 61, and then do you put a 0 in front of that? Anyway, I got James. How do I send this to you?
Just send it in the chat, but instead of sending it to organisers and panelists or everybody, send it to organisers and panelists.
Okay, thanks. So 61. That. Thank you.
Or you could have just read it out. Yeah. Everyone's gonna see it anyway when I type it on my screen.
Yeah, no worries. Well, it's easier if you just paste it. That's why I wanted to do.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so a couple of questions here. Hard to type and to pay attention. Okay, what I meant by throttle was that the video shoots to the first page of Google.
Okay, think about it like this. Sometimes Google wants a video on the first page of Google. Okay, it's been proven lots of times where people just upload videos and they're ranked. Google sometimes, not always, but Google does in some cases like dynamic search results. So on the first page, you might find a couple of info sites, a couple of real sites, a video, etc. Now, if Google algorithm has decided it wants a video on the first page, but then nobody's uploaded one yet, well, they're forced to not show one because there isn't any to pick from. So as soon as you put one on there, well, now Google's happy because its algorithms picks up there is one, so it automatically goes to page one. But that's if their algorithms decided they want a video on the first page for that keyword. In some instances, Google's algorithm will not display a video on the first page of Google. And unfortunately, none of us have got a reason as to why. We can be speculative to say it's got something to do with ads, but we really don't know. In some cases, you upload a video, it doesn't matter what you do, it just does not rank, and there's no videos ranking anywhere. My thing with that is I could get really caught up in the moment and, really try and work it out and overanalyze and then get so flustered. Or I can think to myself, I'm going to positively channel that energy. Okay, it's nowhere to be seen. I'm just going to create another 9 videos, because James told me that 10% of videos will rank page 1. So I'm going to just carry on and create 10 and see if I do have one ranked on the first page. Is that making sense?
Does to me. I'm assuming Stefan will agree to that. Stefan, just give a yay or nay on that, so we can wrap that up. Okay, James, you can keep going. I'm waiting for him to type.
Okay, I'm just going to get rid of that 0. 421 924. Okay, great. So website, it'd be main keyword followed by a website. Then I'm going to put 2 sentences. It's important, 2 sentences. And both sentences are going to contain my main keyword. So I'm going to say something like, if you are looking for an emergency dentist camera, there's the first one. You need to watch this video today. This is by far the best info on... Drop the second keyword in there. So remember, keyword URL, then 2 sentences, both of which contain main keyword. This is by far the best info on emergency dentist camera available on the internet today. Okay? Any questions on that, or is that straightforward enough?
Oh, straightforward. Everyone's good.
Great stuff. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my title, the main keyword, and that's going to become my first tag, emergency dentist camera. Once I've done that, my next tag, I'm going to leave off the last word and just pick the first 2 words, so it'll just be emergency dentist. And then the next tag will be leave off the first word and just use the last 2, so it's dentist camera. And then finally, I'm just going to pick here emergency and dentist and camera. You hear people saying things like, you could put other tags in here. You could write emergency dentists or emergency dental or best dentist camera, etc. The problem with doing that is, remember, for a video to be 100% optimized, the keyword needs to appear in the title and the tags and the description and the file name. So if I was to put a tag in here now, best dentist camera, because it doesn't appear in my file name, title or description, all I'm really doing is just creating noise. It's not actually helping. I'm never going to rank number 1 for that keyword. So what would be better is if I wanted to target the keyword best dentist camera, just create another video. And it would actually be better to have 2 videos rather than 1, because just like with websites, if you create a 1-page website, it's not considered too authoritative. However, if you create multiple pages on a website and they're optimized properly, it would be considered much more authoritative. So if I had 10 keywords I wanted to target in 1 video, it makes more sense for me to create 10 videos and target 1 keyword each. Is that making sense, everybody? Are you all 100% clear on that?
Just a 1 if that's clear, if that makes sense. 2 if you want a little more clarification from James. 1s across the board. Okay. Stefan, Bruce, Phil. Yeah, I mean, a bunch of people saying yes. 1. Okay. Great.
Okay, great stuff. So I'm going to publish this video now. it's published. Now, this is what I was talking about pinging it. What I'm now going to do is notice this URL that I've been given is youtube.be. You don't want that URL. That is a forward link, okay? It's a redirect. And that redirects to this URL, youtube.com/watch. Remember, I told you all YouTube URLs start youtube.com/watch. But because it was redirected, it now has this ampersand feature equals youtube.be on the end. We don't want that. Get rid of it. Okay? So the ampersand and anything after, you don't want it in your YouTube URL. You just want this. And all YouTube videos start off watch $V equals. And then this is the actual identifier for your video, the T, whatever that said there, T2J. Okay? So I'm going to take this URL now. And this is pinging. I'm going to head to a website called pingler.com. And pinging is basically alerting the search engines that a page's content has been updated. So, just bear with me 1 second.
Guys, I just dropped that link in the chat so you can just copy.
Yeah, take this one instead, actually, Brian, pingfarm.com. It doesn't make you jump through as many hoops.
Okay.
I used to use Pingler, but I switched because they want you to put in titles, URLs, choose your categories, and all of this other stuff.
Okay.
Ping Farm, you just take your YouTube URL, go to Ping Farm, and just put it in here. Scroll down and just click Mass Ping, and then you should get a little alert to say total pinged 1. So that's just alerted the search engines to say this page has been updated. Come and check it out. Now, because it's YouTube and it's such high authority, in a lot of cases, they do come and check it out straight away. Not always, but in a lot of cases. And we can find out whether they have or not just by simply copying our URL into Google. Sometimes they'll pick it up straight away. Other times you have to wait 20 minutes, half an hour. Hopefully it's done straight away. And you can see that video that I just uploaded 2 minutes ago is already indexed in Google after just 2 minutes. And that's why I like to ping everything. If I update my website, if I share anything on Facebook, or I change my Facebook page, or whatever the case may be, I just go to a ping farm and ping it just to say to the spiders, hey, this has been updated, come and check it out. Like I said, they won't always check it out, but they do sometimes. So it'll just give you quicker indexing. Okay? Everybody following along so far?
Yes, we're getting ones, we're getting awesomes. David says, can I own that video?
So what I'm going to do, you can, yeah, I'll give it to you. Thank you for turning up. You can have it. So I'm going to click, it's got your telephone number in it anyway, I think. So yeah, it's all yours.
Nice.
I'm going to sign out of my YouTube. And I'm going to do Control Shift and Delete so that I can clear my entire browsing history and everything else. And then I'm going to, you've been logged out. Okay, great stuff. Now I'm just going to quickly check. You see it's making me type in the full URL. And then I'm just going to type in emergency dentist.
Dude, get this. Justin is saying, dude, it's #1 in Canada already.
So here we go. Look, it is here as well. 3 minutes ago, that video is already ranked #1 in YouTube.
Sure.
Okay? I uploaded it 3 minutes ago. Remember, it got 140 searches a month, and I'll talk to you about that in a few minutes. Don't let me forget that. Okay? So it's ranked #1 in Google video, in YouTube. Now I'm going to check Google videos. So to do that, we just go to Google, and we just type in emergency dentist Canberra. And if we go to more, we can look at videos. And can you see it's also now ranking in Google videos in the #1 position? Okay?
That's pretty money right there. Holy cow.
It was uploaded 4 minutes ago. So imagine right now if, like, you guys are all doing SEO or looking for local clients, hence Client Crusher Academy. Imagine if you was just in your house now, or you was at work minding your own business, and I was to call you up. You didn't know who I was, and I was to say, hey, my name's James, I'm a video marketer from Manchester in the UK. The reason that I'm calling you is I just uploaded a video 4 minutes ago, and I've already ranked it in YouTube and Google videos for people that are looking for SEO guys to talk to them about providing SEO services. I see that you're an SEO provider, so I just wondered if you're interested in talking to me a little bit more about this. What would your first thoughts be?
How can I learn more? Holy cow. I would personally think if I got that kind of call or email or something, on it.
Yeah, how has this guy done it within 4 minutes? What's going on? Worst case scenario is they'll just be, I'm not interested. But, oh, well, guess what? If they're not interested, who cares? You've got some crazy skills. Just phone down, move on to the next one. Using a pitch like that, don't get so hung up on, if a client's not interested, it doesn't matter. Move on to the next one. If that client's not interested, move on to the next one. Okay? I guarantee somebody is going to come say to you, and this usually happens to me within the first 5 or 10 calls, when I pitch on that basis, as I said to you earlier, I've had an SEO guy for this amount of time and he's never managed to do anything, or, hey, I've never really got into that stuff, I've watched your video, it looks pretty cool, but I don't have a website, or I've always thought about having a website, I just don't have the time, or once upon a time I had a Facebook page, but they're much more likely to open up to you because you're just saying, hey, watch this video, have a look at it. You can right there and then, if they've got their smartphone or they're on their computer whilst they're talking to you, I just ask them to key the keyword in. Say, hey, I just did that 5 minutes ago. Nice. Let them open up to you and just tell you where they're at. Okay? So I'm just going to go into the web search, and I'm in google.co.uk, so I really don't know. Sometimes, like I said, these show up on the first few pages, sometimes not. If it doesn't, I'm not particularly bothered because I'll show you what you can do next.
Dude, you get it. We're getting some serious, like, beyond awesome genius. Seriously, man. Everyone's eating this up for breakfast, including myself.
Okay, so I don't see it on the first few pages. So there's a couple of things that I want to do now. First of all, I'm just going to click on through to the video. And I guess most of you now are familiar with the fact that Google bought YouTube. Would that be fair to say? Most of you know that.
Yep.
Okay, so when Google bought YouTube, they did a couple of crazy things, okay? Like, now when the video finishes, it takes them straight to the share page of the video. It doesn't leave them on the description. So, I didn't do this in the video. It was an oversight on my part, but it's better for me to explain it now anyway. If you're saying to your clients in your videos, click the link in the description below, you have to remember most people watching a video are not going to be clued up to YouTube. So don't say click the link in the description below. What you would need to say is underneath the video you will see, because can you see this here where it says share? At the end of a YouTube video, it automatically defaults to that link now, which is this one. Okay, can you see that?
Yes.
Yeah. And that never used to happen. So, okay, even when I'm on the share link, they've changed it yet again. This is a Google for you. They're updating stuff so frequently. Scrap that last 30 seconds, okay? Say underneath the share box below, because you can see it is still there. So that's great. But this is what's interesting. Before Google bought YouTube, there was only a handful of social sharing. Most predominantly was Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Okay? Then Google bought YouTube, and they did a couple of cool things, like making it default to the Share tab. And one of the other big things that they did was they added a boatload more social sharing sites. Now, I don't think Google does stuff by accident. I reckon the reason that Google put those other social sharing sites there is because Google considers those to be the best. They're not going to be putting bad sites for people to share to in one of their own products. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yep, I totally get that. Ones, yeses. Yep.
Okay, so here's the deal. Regardless of whether you're doing videos or whether you're doing trying to rank websites for yourself or for your clients, you should go through this list and ask yourself, do I have a Facebook account for that client's website? Do I have a Twitter account? Do I have Google+? Has the client got a Reddit account? Do they have a Blogger blog? Have they got a Tumblr blog? Are they on Pinterest? Some of these are Russian, so if you've got UK clients, it wouldn't really make sense. Has your client got a LinkedIn business page? Are they on StumbleUpon? Are they on TypePad? Those kind of things. Is this making sense, everybody? If they don't have them, they should, because we can see here firsthand, Google's putting some incredible weight on those social sharing platforms.
That's a good point.
Okay, so once you've created those for that client and they're all associated with a Google Plus and everything else, what you can then do is simply click share. And that will just go straight on to their Facebook page or your Facebook page, wherever it'll be. Log in, it'll remember that for next time.
Guys,
do that to all of those social sharing places. Now you're going to have a whole bunch of social shares pointing back to that video.
No,
maybe your friend sees it. Maybe one of the people that liked their page in the past sees it. They watch the video. The video now starts picking up some social signals. You might post it to Facebook and 2 of your friends see the video and they like the status. That URL's now got 2 Facebook likes associated with it.
Yeah.
Is that making sense?
Let me jump in there, James. It definitely does. And if you guys haven't quite sort of connected the dots between the power of social and the power of SEO in terms of getting things ranked and also creating some viral traffic in the back end, you really want to just sort of let that sink in a little bit, because what I found is, ranking everything, hundreds of keywords for clients and all these different kind of niches. What I found is laying the base, if you will, almost like the foundation for the house with social, because I lay down a social foundation, exactly what James is talking about. And honestly, guys, I never even thought about doing this with my videos. So it's just another layer to add, when you're talking about creating these base accounts and then you're dropping in content and you're linking back and you're interweaving these, which may sound more complex than it is, but you just basically, you're making a post, hey, on Facebook, we just dropped in, or maybe on Twitter, you make a tweet, hey, we just made a YouTube post, here it is. And then on Facebook, here's the latest video, and you begin to interlink, and then the link juice can really flow. So give me a 1 if you guys if that's beginning to register. See, this is so powerful. A lot of people don't do this. What happens is, because they don't do it, it leaves a gaping hole of opportunity for you guys who know what you're doing, thanks to guys like James Upjohn. Thank you, James. I get 1s across the board.
Fantastic. So I appreciate that. So now the next thing is, one of the things that helps rank videos is to have authority to your channel. So once you've shared your videos to all of these places, remember, you can also take your channel URL, okay? And I'm not signed in, so let me sign in again real quick. If we go to our channel, and you'll have to forgive me because I don't think I've done it on my default James Upjohn channel, I can't remember.
Dentist in the Canberra area.
If you come over to the YouTube settings, go into advanced underneath your channel name. It's not going to let me do it with this one. Okay, I think maybe I've already done it, but I can't remember what it is. You can set, you'll find it in here under advanced, you can set a custom channel URL, okay? Because you don't want a channel URL. This is what it looks like by default, your channel URL. It'll be youtube.com/user/this. But you can set it to be a default one. So set it to be something that's quite user-friendly. So I don't know, if I'm just specifically targeting dentists, I could have it as something like Dental Pro 21, or as my YouTube URL. Maybe you want to set the channel URL as your client's main keyword that they're targeting. Or if you're just doing a local area and not targeting one niche, you could call yourself like Canberra Guy or something like that, Canberra SEO, to make it more area specific. But set a custom URL, because then when you start sharing that socially, it's going to be much more user friendly for people to come back to that at a later date to remember what it was if they want to search for you again. So make sure that you're getting all of your social sharings for all of your channel URL, not just your video URL. And remember, if you've not started video marketing yet, once you start adding videos and you start socially sharing them, and then you do, like I said, maybe 1 a day for 100 days, or you decide your client's got 10 keywords they want to target, by the time you've uploaded all of them, shared your channel URL to all those social sites, shared each video to all of those different social sites, that whole channel is now going to be picking up a lot of authority. Okay, you're turning it from being a one-page thin site into something that's got some substance to it. Is that making sense, everyone?
Just drop a 1 in there, guys, if that makes sense. Now, James, some people may feel that that sounds like a kind of a lot of work. Would you recommend maybe they use a piece of software to create some of these accounts like nov19 or maybe a VA in the Philippines for like $3 an hour? Or do you think it's much simpler and probably more effective if they just do it themselves?
I think the first time they do it, they have to do it themselves, because if they're going to outsource it to somebody else, and I'm a big fan of outsourcing, by the way, everybody. You know, if you can get somebody else to do it for a fraction of the cost or to save you a load of time, it makes sense. However, if you've never done it yourself before or you don't really understand how each thing works, first of all, how do you train an outsourcer to do something you don't know how to do yourself? And second of all, how do you police them? They give them back to you and say, hey, that's all done 100% right, and you're not going to be any the wiser. So you should at least familiarize yourself with each one and understand the processes, and then you won't have an outsourcer spinning your wheels. Okay? So the first time you do it yourself and familiarize yourself with it. But from that point forward, you can outsource it if you want to.
Okay, great.
Now, you will hear people talking to you about things like buying gigs from Fiverr. Hey, buy Fiverr views, buy Fiverr likes, buy Fiverr subscribers, buy 20 million backlinks to your video. In my opinion, that's a huge no-no. There are some gigs that are okay. However, you really don't know whether something's okay or not until after it's complete. And if you make a wrong choice, you can end up causing yourself some damage. And I went against I tell everybody this, don't buy Fiverr gigs, don't. And I went against my own advice a couple of weeks ago, and I bought 500 bookmarks to something. And the guy came back to me and said, hey, I over-delivered. I hope you're happy. I built you 15,000. And I was just like, what? That was to a client's website. 15,000. He's like, he just sent 15,000 links because he thought I'd be happy with it in one day. And I was just like, not that. But what can I do about it? Now they're there. So that's my problem with Fiverr gigs. I much prefer doing it yourself or getting a trusted outsourcer. One thing that I do though, is sometimes you might find there are people ranking slightly higher than you in YouTube from the offset. And there's a tool that a site that you can use called, I'm not sure how you say it, it's VAGX or VAGX or but you can stick that link in as well if you want, Brian. Okay. And this, if you sign up, they'll give you 50 free credits. The way that this software works is there's one of two ways. You can either buy credits and just pay for people to watch your videos, or you can install some small piece of software on your computer that watches other people's videos on autopilot to accumulate credits. Either one's fine. I prefer to buy credits from these guys because I don't want software running 24 hours on my machine, but there's nothing wrong with doing that. I know people that do that and they're totally fine with it. If you're going to sign up with these guys, there's a formula that you need to use. And that formula is you never want your YouTube video to go over 300 views. Okay? So the formula is it's 1 credit per view. So it will be 300 times the number of 30 seconds there are in your video. So my video was 30 seconds long. So 300 times 1 means I would allocate, no, not 200, 300 credits. Okay? If my video was 2 minutes long, it would be 300 times 4 lots of 30 seconds equals 2 minutes. I would need to allocate 1,200 credits. I allocate that. It's pretty self-explanatory when you go in there. It just says, what's your YouTube video URL? How many points would you like to allocate? And would you also like subscribers and likes for your channel? Tick both of those options and then just submit it. 1,200 credits would give a 2-minute long video 300 views. And that will be trickled out over the course of a couple of days. You really don't want to go any higher than that, especially in local marketing. It's just not needed. Now it's going to look like your video's being shared. People are watching it. You're getting a handful of subscribers to your channel. times that by 10, 20, 30 videos, you've got a whole load of views to your channel, subscribers and likes. Okay, remember, less is more. We don't want to be buying fiber gigs, which is 20,000 views, because you're going to get your channel shut down, and you definitely don't want that to happen. So by the time you've done all of that, you should pretty much see some decent rankings. The next stage and the final stage, there's 2 more stages. One of the stages is you could start backlinking those videos if you want to, but that would be a whole other webinar, because we could talk about that for an hour straight. But for now, let's just suppose you don't want to pick up the phone and speak to clients because you're scared or you've got an aversion, you're worried you're going to get rejected. I'm going to show you a really cool way now that you can get in contact with clients using a platform that everybody's familiar with, a couple of platforms. So I'm going to head back to Google, and I'm going to take the webinar full circle, and we'll talk about search operators again. In URL, this time I don't want YouTube video, I want Facebook pages. So I'm going to say in URL facebook.com, and then I'm going to say dentist Canberra in quotes. And I'm going to see there's 6 different Facebook pages that are targeting that keyword. Most of us are going to be on Facebook, so I can go to this one, look, Fiona Ultraboard Dentist. I can come to her page right now, and I could take my YouTube video URL, and I could send her a message to her page if I was signed in, saying, hey Fiona, I've just created this video. I wondered what you thought about it. Please watch it and let me know. If you're interested, I could put your telephone number at the top. And then I could just go through and do that for all 6 of those that are in the Canberra area. Okay? Once I've done that, I can just head back here, and instead of doing in URL facebook.com, I could do in URL twitter.com, and I could find out all of the dentists that are on Twitter. I could tweet them with my URL, asking them to watch it and see if they want to buy it. Or I could do in URL plus.google.com, and the same thing, connect with people on that. 31 different Google pages, +1 pages of similar things. Look, dentist Canberra City. Dentist Canberra City is the same person. Let's scroll down to the next one. That looks like a different dentist. Same dentist, a different dentist still. All of these, I can connect with them on Google Plus and just send them a quick inbox message saying, hey, watch this video, are you interested? Most people associate their Facebook pages or their Google pages with either their cell phone or their email address, which is connected to their cell phone, smartphones. So they'll be sat in their house watching their TV, bang, they get a message straight through as an email. The phone pings, they pick it up. So-and-so's just sent you a message on Facebook. There's no cold calling needed. Okay, guys, we're at the hour. That was intense. Just let me know what your thoughts are and if you've got any questions.
Okay, so they're already coming in. So Stefan says, wow, this is seriously giving me butterflies when an unreal lead gen strategy like a serious unfair advantage for my lead gen. Vivian saying, wow, I love it. I mean, awesome. Thank you. That's wise. Brilliant. Awesome. James, you're going to love this, man. David says, OMG, James, you are a master. Oh, that's great, guys. Thank you. I'm glad that you're kind of receiving.
Why do people always say stuff like that when my wife walks out of the room so she can't hear people saying it about me?
No doubt. Honey, can you just come here?
Can you just come back in here while everybody's singing my praises? She'll just roll her eyes and say, hey, you don't clean up after him.
Nice. Yeah, Justin saying insane. Brian, thanks, bro. Appreciate James coming on. I mean, this is what this is all about. Really awesome. Glad you got James to come on, right? I mean, this is the deal, guys. Moving forward, we're doing more of this stuff because I'm not the end all be all. And it's kind of like walking to a Baskin Robbins ice cream store with like 45 flavors or whatever they have. You don't just want one, even if vanilla could be possibly your favorite or whatever. Good to spice it up. And beyond that, it's like a diamond. James, I found, having coached with him personally, he's been my coach for like half a year. We started out at Magic Smitter. I'm like, man, this guy's good. Tell me more. And next thing you know, it went from Magic Smitter training to, hey, let's talk about a myriad of things. And James has really been a diamond in the rough for me, a true asset. So I'm hoping that you guys will not just hear this, but will take action I spoke at the OMG event this weekend, and I had an hour to present on something called the law of maximum leverage. It's when you can get laser targeted focus and you can take action based on that focus with strategies just like this, which is totally free. I think it's pretty cool. I'm geeking out about it myself. And then you can implement that in your business. I mean, holy cow, it's going to happen. Orlando saying yes, is asking, is this recorded? Yeah, I'm actually double recording this, Orlando, in case one of the recordings freaks out. So, guys, if you have any specific questions for James, drop them right in. Otherwise, we'll have to wrap up because I promised to keep you guys in and out in about an hour. So Susan's saying, should the video be uploaded to multiple video submission sites, or does this hurt the YouTube ranking, James?
It definitely doesn't hurt your rankings, and there is something to be said about syndicating a video across multiple channels. Sorry, across multiple different sites. However, it's not a strategy that I employ, and I'm still getting rankings anyway.
Nice. Susan, I generally do that, and the beauty is there's about multiple ways to get things ranked. But if you don't want to spend that money or invest that time to do that, James is getting rankings. Without that, obviously, we just saw this in this really brilliant example. I mean, James, dude, this is just spot on, man. I'm personally impressed. Okay, cool. Any last questions? Otherwise, we gotta let James go. It's late in the UK. Yes, he is for real living in the UK because he's British and everything. Okay, going once, going twice. Okay, cool. I think you just seriously dropped some mind bombs today, James.
Well, I really appreciate it. Like I said, it's good to connect with you all. I appreciate everybody that turns up to webinars. It's your time as much as it is mine. So thank you all for listening. I really appreciate it. And maybe I'll connect with you all again sometime.
Excellent. Yeah. Vivian saying, now I can understand why Brian called you James Bond. That's so funny. Well, I'm glad you guys like this. And for those of you watching the recording, if you have questions on this, you want more follow-up or feedback, just chime right into the Facebook group. Okay, you guys are part of the monthly intensive, so you can definitely do that, and you get prioritized access, to James. So lots of mind bombs going around, and here's another one: best webinar. They keep getting better each time. This is really sweet. James, thank you again, man. I really appreciate you coming out, especially like 8-something o'clock at night there in Manchester, UK. So appreciate that, and let me just do this. I'm going to change the presenter and then I'll wrap this up. But James, man, thank you.
No problem at all. Thank you all guys as well. I really appreciate it. And like I said, I look forward to maybe connecting with you all again sometime. Cheers.
All right. It sounds great. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up and I'm going to stop the recording. Ping me on Facebook. That means drop a message in Facebook for those of you who don't know. And we'll see you soon.